You sure you want that?
Yeah. So I've already asked him if he can edit. He goes, I haven't had to edit anybody's, and I'm like, oh boy.
All right. You guys have invested a lot in other people, and when you rest, it gives you the strength to continue to do that.
Yeah, to fill the cup.
Correct.
Yeah. I've definitely had a dry season where my cup was pretty dry, and trying to do stuff out of that is not fun.
Hi, Laura.
How are you, Tressa?
I'm doing good. This is going to be fun to do.
Yeah.
I've never done anything like this before, but
I haven't either.
It'll be fun to do it with you.
Yeah.
Considering how far back we go in our relationship.
I know. You're like
Crazy
family.
I know, basically. It's weird to call you Laura.
Yeah.
For the sake of the start of this video, I will call you Laura. Yeah. But I don't know that I've ever called you Laura.
Yeah.
Even in work, I think I just say mom.
Mom. Yep.
But I'm okay with that because that's exactly what you are. So, but
good. Yeah, I mean, we started our relationship back when your oldest sister came.
Yeah.
Which was a long time ago.
I think fall of 2010.
I think that's right, because I started in January of 10.
Yeah.
And she was one of the first groups I feel like I got to know, and she became like family, and
very
whole
quickly.
Family, your
very
whole family kind of just jumped in there. But
yeah, you guys kind of took on our family right away as soon as she got on campus. And if I remember right, one of the first things that really connected was she had like car problems.
Yeah.
And Jeff, Dad, took her car to the shop for her, and that's kind of how it all started, if I remember right. I mean, it had to do with basketball too, but
yeah, I think we had a pretty strong relationship before that point, but it was there was several things that have really brought your family in, and Taylor was that first. I was actually watching the video thinking about all three of you girls being here at different times and watch the video.
Oh no!
When you
taking down the bed.
The taking down the bed.
That is quite the video.
Yeah.
We talk about that at least once a year when it pops up, and then occasionally we talk about it more. But I remember Dad being mad that none of us had asked for help. But if you know anything about the Terrys, we got it on our own. We didn't need help. We did need help. Yeah. We needed a lot of help, but we made it work. So,
but you girls have always been close, and it's been neat that you all three went here, and have had, we've had relationships with all of you, but also with your family. I mean, your parents have stayed with us, and still love to get Trev in here.
I know. We're trying. Maybe this video will convince her.
Maybe it
when
will,
she sees it. We need the fourth Terry sister to come out.
That's right.
But, yeah, it's been interesting, the timeline of how we all got out here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you and Dad were a pretty big anchor to all that. But, I mean, Taylor transferred, and then Tiana came on her own, and I was fully convinced and told everyone, I will never go to Central. Yep. I am not going out there. That. It will not happen. And
so how did that happen that you ended up here?
And it happened. I mean, my senior year of high school, I was playing basketball, and thought that I wanted to go into physical therapy and do some stuff like that. And so I was convinced that I wasn't coming out here. And then it was actually during CIY of my junior year that I felt kind of pulled into ministry and doing that kind of thing. And then just all of a sudden, my senior year, it was late, probably in April of my senior year of high school. I was like, you know what? I think I will go to Central. And everyone was like, what? You weren't going to go out there at all. And so I ended up coming out here, and a lot of things happened while I was here, as far as injuries and having 2 big surgeries and that kind of stuff. So it sidelined me for a while, but that's kind of what drew me to want to be a coach in the future, was being sidelined and having to learn the game from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't play. And then when I left here, I was like, I probably won't ever move back. And then now I'm here working full time. And so to go from I'm never going out there to not only coming out to school, but then to come back to work is just crazy what God has done in all those sequences and timelines, that this was a safe enough place for me that I felt that I could come back and wanted to come back. And so that's been really fun to see God expose all of that really in the last year of how I'm here and why I'm here, and that I was supposed to be here the whole time, and I fought it for so long.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So it's been really cool to have you guys along in every part of that. Even when I moved away and Tiana and Taylor have been away, like you guys have still been really big people in our lives, even when we were living back in Indiana and not here. And so to come back was just so natural. Like we were just coming back home.
Yeah.
And you guys are a huge part of that. And being a student here with you guys feels the exact same as being here as a staff member. Like the relationship has gotten only better. I wouldn't say it's even different, because you guys were invested in us just as much when we were students here as you are now that I'm back here on staff. And so that has been something that's been really special, that I feel like God has had his hand in since 2010.
Yeah.
And it's really to think like, man, we're in
a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. Yeah. So 15 years later, you're still a part of all three of our lives, and you care about what we're doing. And it's been really cool to be on that journey.
Yeah.
Like with you guys. I don't know what it's been from your perspective with us, but that's how it's felt for me, at least in the last 2 years of being back out here. That's what it's felt like.
Yeah. I mean, we've absolutely loved having all the Terrys, as well as, lots of other, we've been Missouri mom and dad. We've been, we've been named several different things by lots of different people, and the students coming in, and we love it. I mean, we love opening our home, and there was a time period there that we couldn't as much, but it fills my heart to be able to be a comfort, to be a family, to be, there for people, students that, aren't necessarily close to home. And then we've also been kind of mom and dad to some of them that are really close to home. And, but that's a little bit different journey sometimes too. But, we've really enjoyed it. And, I mean, you've gone to camp with us recently and, done all kinds of stuff. Just, it's fun to just live life with you, seeing you come in and I do remember, Tiana and Terry saying, Tressa will never come. Yeah. Tressa will never come. And then you coming in. Yeah. So, it's been a good journey.
Yeah. And I thank Taylor and Tiana for that too, because they kept plugging to me all the time. Central this, Central that, the Lawrence is this. Yeah. And I was like, I know, guys. Like, I get it. I get it. And then it just happened one day. So they were faithful in that too, of helping, me see the fruit of what could come from here. And really they laid the foundation, for me to be able to be out here. And I don't know that that's something I've ever publicly thanked them for, but now I have. Yeah,
there you go.
And so like, I hope they know how thankful I am that they followed God's call to come out here. And it helped me to know that God was also calling me into something really special and to be out here with them. I wish all three of us could have been here at the same time. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else would have wanted that. Yes. That's a lot of Terrys and a lot of personality and a lot of character in one room. But through that with them has kind of placed me back here. And what do you feel like is the biggest thing that God has shown you in your time here? I know that that's probably a really hard thing to answer because it's been 15 years, but if you could try to pinpoint one thing, what do you think that would be?
There's a lot, but I just really, I really love pouring into the students, and I've really, I mean, one of the things of pouring into the students originally was with my own kids, being able to have good role models and being able to have, good role models at the house, doing life with my family. Yeah. And we've, accomplished that. We had lots of great students that have, really been a part of our lives and journey, and had some of them in my daughter's wedding, and it's just been it's been really good. But then you also have just the relationships that I've gotten to know with staff and faculty and that as well. I don't know. There's a lot of great things about being here. Yeah. God showed me, taught me a lot of patience.
Yeah. You kind of have to have that for sure.
Yeah, in a lot of different ways, and we don't always know what's coming next. Right. It's not. I'm very structured. I think you know that.
Yes.
Very type A personality. I like to check the boxes, like everything, in order. But God's shown me and has grown me to understand and love change. It's going to change. It's going to move, and being able to do so with prayer and learning from Him that it's a journey, and it's good.
Yeah. No,
we're in a way different direction than I ever thought that we were going to be in. And it's all good.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's funny how God takes these small little things and ideas that we have in our head, and not only twist them to how He meant them for the whole time, but He'll completely change the course of it. Yeah. And you're like, I don't know that you needed to do that to teach me that, but
sometimes I'm so stubborn though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like He's knocking on in my head multiple times, like hello.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do that yet.
Yeah. But I definitely think and have felt myself personally that He placed you here to pour into the students, like you said. You feel like you guys have been in a place to do, and it's been fun to now be on this side of that with you. You were pouring into me as a student, and now you're still doing that as a staff member, but also I get to come alongside you to do that to the students that are here now.
Yeah.
And that's been really cool that God has placed me in that place beside you guys now to be able to do that. So that's one thing that I've felt in the last year and a half of being out here. I guess it's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. Yeah. Realizing in this moment it's been 2 full years. But to be able to do that beside you and Dad and invest back in the students and the way you guys invested me has been a really cool thing that has come out of God bringing me back out here.
Yeah.
But
so how do you like coaching? At the
collegiate
level.
Love coaching. Yeah. Coaching at the college level is way different than coaching at the high school level. I would say probably the biggest difference is not having to deal with the parents. Can I whisper that?
I know.
The parents. Not that all of the parents were bad, but the cool thing about it is that these girls are adults. And so I get to invest in them in a way of, hey, if you have a problem with this, like, you deal with that. Your parents don't need to come talk to me in my office for 2 hours to try and figure out your playing time. Like, that's something you and I get to work on together. And so it's really fun watching the girls, one, work up the courage to come talk to me. And then when they do, I'm like, why were you so scared to come talk to me? They're like, I don't know, I've just never had to do that before. I'm like, well, this is a safe place to be able to do that. So that's one of the differences that I think I like a lot, and it's because of that relationship piece. I get to be more invested in them than I was at the high school level. At the high school level, I was still really invested. There's still players that I communicate with now that I had and that I coached. But here, I see them in the hallways. I eat with them in the cafeteria. We go to practice. We go for walks in the evening with groups of us. And in high school, I didn't get that. I saw them occasionally in the hallway, but I was teaching at the middle school level, not at the high school level. And so I really only saw them if we were in practice or we were in games, because then after practice, they go home. Well, here they get to stay. And so that's been something that I have really enjoyed, is just the relationship piece of feeling like I can fully invest in them more than I could at the high school level. Yeah. And I tried my best at the high school level, and I know that I was fruitful in that because I'm still communicating with some of them. But to be able to do it at this level is really special, to be able to connect with them that deeply. But just the level of play is a lot different. And, you know, I'm just getting back from the Run for Roses tournament, the big recruiting trip in Louisville, and just seeing over 10,000 girls pursuing this sport that they think is their whole life. And every single one of them, I just want to tell them, hey, I'm really glad you're playing this sport, but it's really not everything. Yeah. It really is just a stupid orange ball that you get to throw around, but use it in this way. And so that's something I'm really thankful for, to be coaching at this level here at Central, is because I can also invest in them that way. You know, at the high school level, I could make hints of that, but I couldn't outright proclaim that to them unless we had a more personal relationship than I could. But to be able to coach them in a way to help them put God first in everything that they do is really special. And the fact that my first time being a head coach gets to be here and in that environment is really awesome, the way God is using the game to teach me. Yeah. And I think a lot of times we think, you know, as coaches or VPs or anything like that, we always, well, what can I teach the girls? What can I teach the students? What should I be coaching? And they've helped me with a lot of things in the last year of being head coach. And you learn quickly what you shouldn't do, which is really humbling. Yeah. How fast you learn, well, that's how I did it my whole life, and that's how I was coached, so that's how I'm going to do it. But that doesn't work. You know, I've learned in the last year, and even just this weekend, talking to some of the coaches and just asking them for advice. I mean, there was D1 coaches all the way to our level there. And so getting just to talk to them, and most of their advice is, when you're a young coach, don't try and be anybody else. You have to be yourself and coach your team from you, not from anybody else. And so that's really what I'm trying to do, and let God use my coaching as a platform. And the fact that he's placed me here at Central to be able to do that is pretty awesome to think about. Yeah. But yeah. So I enjoy it a lot. I never thought that I would become an athletic director and a head women's basketball coach at the college level this quickly. Yeah. To only be 29 and have that is not something that I could have ever cultivated for myself. You know, there's reasons that has come about in my life, and I think one day I'll learn why it happened as fast as it did. But when I came back out here, I was just the assistant coach, and I was working in operations, and then within a year to get the head coaching job, and then within another half year to become the AD, and to be under, you know, Janelle's leadership and have all that is not anything that I would have ever thought that I would be doing at 29. Yeah. So it's cool to see the timeline already of being out here and the fruit that's come from saying yes to coming back out.
So has that increased the number of shoes? I know you have quite the array of tennis shoes.
Yes,
and some that never touch actual exterior ground.
Yes, I definitely have a shoe problem, but I don't like to call it a problem. It's a good problem if it's a problem. I do have a lot of shoes. I probably in my office right now at least have 8 pairs of just basketball shoes. And then I do have all my regular wear shoes. These ones that I'm wearing are actually new. This is only the second time I've worn them. Just bought them last week. I do have a shoe problem.
But you have some really cool ones.
I'm okay with having a shoe problem. I do have some really cool ones. Like these are really pretty, and I like them a lot. And some of the shoes I buy just because of the way that they look. And then I never wear them because I don't want to get them dirty. Then it's like, why do I wear them? But to me, a shoes is just another way for me to express who I am. That's why I have a wide variety in colors, and some of them I would have never thought that I would wear, but I see them and I feel like it expresses me in a way that's special and unique to me. That's why I like them so much. But I do have probably just in tennis shoes, probably 34 or 36 pairs of just tennis shoes.
Nice.
And probably 10 of those have never touched any outdoor floor.
Yeah.
I'll bring them in my bag and change into them here and change back out of them before I leave to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're definitely one of the people that points out my shoes all the time.
I love
and it's
it.
okay.
I love it. Yeah.
What do you feel is one of the biggest joys outside of the students? Because we've already hit on that. And I know that's a really hard one because it is the biggest part. But one of the biggest joys you felt of being able to be a VP here.
Yeah. I feel like our mission and vision, I'm sold out for it.
Yeah.
And so being able to be in the leadership team and continue to grow that mission and vision as it continues to grow, and we have more locations and doing extension sites and just growing what we're doing, and museums and all kinds of stuff that's just amazing.
Yeah.
And I love the people that we're touching. I love the ministries and ministers, and it's more than just a normal university, college type, feel.
Right.
Like we have so much more than just the normal college.
Yeah.
We have the CCL Center in Cincinnati, Florence, Kentucky, to be specific, and then we've got the site at Westport, and then we have extension sites or separate locations that Florida and looking at other places too. So it's really neat to see how, and it brings me joy to actually be a part of that, and to continue to be searching and looking for new ways to grow the kingdom and be just a part of that, and hoping that Central is key to continuing to grow the kingdom. But
for sure,
I think that brings me joy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you're allowing yourself to just be a vessel for whatever like God is putting you in and pushing you towards next.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's not always joy.
Right.
Yes. There's a lot of stress.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, I guess joy is something you choose, but stress is always going to be there. But if you continue to choose joy, then the joy will be there.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that choosing joy is a choice. I mean, everything we do is a choice. The way we respond, the way we react, our posture, our words, it's all a choice.
Yeah.
And you and I both know the trials that come up and the things we never planned on having happen, but how we respond and react is a choice. And we either get closer to God or we get further from God, which is a choice. And just to hear you say that you find joy in being in the leadership team, and being in the leadership team is a choice. And but also you acknowledging that there is stress that comes out of that too. But how you're choosing to posture your heart and orient yourself towards that stress is still trying to find the joy in it, which is not always easy at all. At all. Yeah. But just to know that that's something you strive for, is to find the joy in that. It's something that's refreshing to me to hear, because sometimes it is really hard to find the true joy in the messes of life.
Yeah.
And some situations come up and we try to orient them to how we think we should respond to them. Right. And sometimes God has way other plans for our life when things come up. Yeah. But joy is a huge part of the posture of how we deal with things.
Yeah.
Joy is a really big emotion. And sometimes it's hard to get to the root of that joy, but if we keep choosing it, it'll be exposed.
Yeah.
So that's really cool to hear you say that. You feel that in the leadership, which is the most stressful part of Central.
Yeah.
The most stressful job at Central. I don't really care what anyone else says. It's hard to be at that leadership seat and that table. And I think a lot of times, not that we're just other staff members, but in regards to the people at that table, like you guys are carrying a lot of stress and still choosing to pour into the people under you. And I think that that's probably where some of your joy comes from.
Yeah.
Is still being able to pour into the other people that are around that table with you.
Yeah, we've got a great team, and it's exciting as we continue. I mean, the team continues to change, and we've got some new blood on the team as well, and I'm very excited about those that are on it now, and just how we can move forward with new blood.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good to get. I mean, of course, I've been here for a while now at this point, but I do like having some change in it. Just you get fresh ideas and more ideas.
Yeah, for sure.
And how to do things and energy to get them done.
Yeah.
So, I like that. Good. Did you find it hard going from student to staff?
I thought it was weird at first. I don't know that I found it hard. I just felt it to be a little bit strange. I felt a little bit out of place at the beginning because I was like, well, this is how my relationship with these people always was. Like they were the staff members, they were the faculty. I'm not their equals. And it was actually Walt Harper one day. He said something to me and he was like, "You're not my student anymore." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Okay." And then we went on to joke and stuff. And so it was weird at first to feel that I was at the same seat now on the other side of it. But it's been really fun to now be on this side. And I've learned a lot that I wish I would have learned when I was a student here, just the perspective that I now have of everything that happens on this side of it. You never saw any of that as a student. And I think that I'm still thankful that I didn't see any of that when I was a student, but I'm more thankful for my time here as a student now that I'm on the other side. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the background that none of the students know. And I think it's great that they don't know, but it's changed my perspective and made me more thankful for my time here as a student because I was like, oh man, like this is the kind of stuff that was going on to make my experience as a student what it was. But I didn't know any of that. I didn't know there was all this stress and pressure on staff members and faculty and how much time and work that they put in to make the community here at Central what it is. So it's been strange a little bit to step into that side of it, but I don't think it's been difficult at all.
That's good.
I don't feel like it's been difficult. If anything, it's helped elevate my posture and vision of the mission of Central and how deep the value of that really is. Because when you're a student here, you feel that and you acknowledge that, but you're just going through the motions of, oh, I'm a college student and this happens and this is already in place for me. But then when you get on this side of it, it's like, yeah, we're on actually step 27 of making this one little thing happen. But it's been really fun to be on this side of it. But it definitely has changed my perspective and made me think of things and experiences that I had here as a student to really break it down and see the pattern of what probably had to happen in order for that one thing to happen. So that's been a little strange too, to think through that. But I wouldn't say that it's been difficult.
Good.
So what is the thing that you are most excited for that you feel like God is teaching you going forward? Or something, whether it's just personally, work-wise, like where do you feel God is leading you and teaching you into the next season?
Yeah. I think right now I'm learning how to have work-life balance. That is something that I have struggled with.
Yeah.
And part of the struggle is just because I've loved so much being a part of the students' lives and doing, the extra things and the taco bars and the,
You have the best
fire
taco
pits.
bar,
Yeah.
by the way. I'm just
Thank you
going
very
to
much.
public announcement. The Lawrences have the best taco bar.
Having students over around the fire pit, doing life that way. But, it does take time away from my family. And sometimes, it's part of the family, we're doing things together, and sometimes it's, not like having larger groups over, but, we're in a little bit different season. All of our kids are out of the house now. So we just have one grand dog that stayed. And so it is a little bit different. And, you've been down to our campsite.
Yes. Amazing.
And
much
so
fun.
we are, learning to relax a little bit more on the weekends. And once we get all the construction, all the, vision we have for it down there, which you'll have to come back because we've got the roof on the deck and a place set up for the kiddos.
Yes. We don't have to sit in the rain.
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, we just got that done this last week and lights set up. So anyway, side note.
Yeah.
But, saying that, I mean, I'm enjoying, and I'm hoping to enjoy more after we get some of the construction done. Just, relaxing and enjoying that. And so hoping that maybe we can invite other people down there more and just be able to relax. But, getting out of here and not having 80, 90-hour weeks and just having, the normal 50 to 60.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many times I drive out at really late at night. I don't think we need to expose the time, but really late at night, and I just text you or I call you and I just say, go home.
Yeah.
Well, I have to finish this. No, go home.
Yeah.
Because I know that you will do it until it's done correctly and the right way, because you feel like it's your passion to do that. But your family is also your biggest passion, and I know that from you, and I know that your heart gets pulled both ways a lot of times. And so to know that you almost feel a pressure in a way to invest back into that now, you're kind of moving into a season of life for that, really makes me happy to know that that's something that you've always known it's important and special, but to feel like you're in a season now where you can start to lean into that is really special. And I know that your kids love that and want that and need that, and you and Dad need that. And to know that camp is a fun place for that, and to be able, when I came down that weekend, and there was times and moments I felt like I just sat back and just like watched you guys and watched you do your thing, and knew that this is a happy place for you guys, and it's going to continue to be that. Was special to be a part of that. And in a lot of ways, I know a lot of times we don't talk about things that we deserve, but you guys deserve to have the rest and the space to be that with your family. You guys have invested a lot in other people, and when you rest, it gives you the strength to continue to do that.
Yeah, to fill the cup.
Correct.
I've definitely had a dry season where my cup was pretty dry, and
Yeah.
trying to do stuff out of that is not fun and not helpful for others either. So being able to fill your own cup and then be able to give out of the excess instead of dipping into the reserves.
Yes, for sure. And to be able to do that alongside Dad, and to, when I randomly text you guys and say, hey, what are you doing? And you say, we're at camp. I'm like, yes, good, great. And then you guys are always like, well, what do you need? I'm like, nothing. I don't need anything. You guys just be at camp and enjoy camp. So I'm glad that you're able to start to be able to do that. That's really special.
How about you? What does your future look like?
I hope my future is here. I really am enjoying where God has placed me. I really liked the camp at Lake James and what I was doing there. There was some situations and some things that didn't go super well. And that pulled me back out here. And then there are some things that happened right when I got back here that made me like, what is happening? You know? But I think he already knew what was happening, and he placed me back here to remind me of all the things that are essential. And so I really hope that my future is here, at least in the foreseeable future. I don't have any intent or looking elsewhere right now. My heart is really happy to be right here and to be doing what God has called me to do, and in the position that I'm doing it. And he's taught me a lot in the last year about other people, but also about myself. And he's exposed and helped brought to light some things about myself, even that I've always just pushed down because I didn't feel like they were worthy or good enough for a lot of these characteristics or my personality. And there's a lot of things that he has given me that are meant for other people once I can bring worth to what he's given me. And I think that's something that he's taught me a lot in the last year of going through the divorce and just everything like that, and letting him use that and just handing it over. And saying, use me now for whatever it is that I'm supposed to be used for, and just to see him bringing new things into me. And the weirdest thing of, you've known me for so long and we don't talk about things. You know, I don't talk about things easily. And what he's taught me in the last year is that there's so much power in vulnerability. And I feel like that's one of the things that he's taught me a lot, is it's okay to be vulnerable. And it's actually really important and powerful to be vulnerable. And that we shouldn't be afraid of that. Which is so weird for me to say. And you're just over there like, but to be able to have those conversations, even just with myself and him, to be vulnerable with him in a lot of ways that I was guarded just from talking to him, even though he's the one we're supposed to talk to the most. And he already knew everything I was going to talk to him about anyways, but has helped me to be vulnerable with the people around me, and just be open about the struggles of what it's like to be 29 and divorced after 5 years and everything that comes with that, and to still be pouring into a team full of young women and what that looks like. And, you know, am I being judged? Am I being, well, yeah, everyone is in some capacity, but God's given me the strength to lean in fully to who I am and to let myself be his hands and feet down here. It's been really cool to see him work through me and expose things that I'm like, oh no, we don't need to do that. But to now see the richness and the fruit that comes out of being who he created me to be fully. I'm in a place where I feel like I am in that position for the first time in my life. And there's a lot of emotion that comes with that, but I've seen a lot of really good things happen to me and the people around me when I allow myself to just be me. And you and Dad have told me all the time, like, you're smiling, like, you're Tressa. And that means a lot, because sometimes it's hard for us to see that ourselves, and to be able to know that that's happened because of God, first of all, but the community here. It's like, why would I want to be looking to move away from that when God's got me right here, and he's teaching me and exposing me in good ways and building me up because of here. So I will always say, God, do whatever with me that you need to do. But I also pray that that is here, because I'm becoming who he has created me to be fully for the first time in my life. And it's overwhelming, but in a really good way. And so I don't want to step back from that. I want to step fully into that and let my posture be, God, use me for however you see fit. And if that's coaching here for the rest of my life, then it's coaching here for the rest of my life, which sounds pretty awesome. So yeah, yes, I know that makes you and Dad happy, and maybe not so much actual mom and dad in Indiana. But I know that they're also proud of me and happy that I'm listening to the Lord and doing what I feel He's called me to. And I know that it's nice knowing that I have family there and family here. To know that I have support in both places, and just to be able to see that and to see the way God's moving in them back home and how He's moving in me here. And it's hard being 8 hours away sometimes from all of them, but
we could just get them all to move here.
Yes.
That would be great.
Yes. Especially just Taylor and Tiana, just come on back out. It's a great place. But I hope that this is where I'm at for quite a while. So,
me too.
Yeah. But
it's really good for me to see. I mean, you look happy and healthy, and you look great. So
thank you.
It's good.
Good. All right. We got it.
Are we done?
We're done.